An update on your Mobile Museum of Art, a guest chef in our kitchen, and some new help for children with allergies, and more coming right up, and I hope you'll stay tuned.
Providing entertainment for over 25 years, WALA-TV presents a tradition in Mobile, the Dot Moore Show. Once again, Dot Moore.
Thank you, and hello, everyone. Very happy you're there. And today, we're going to give you a progress report from the director of your Mobile Museum of Art. Also, our guest chef is Filippo Milone from The Pillars, and he has a delicious recipe for you. We have more, but right now, our feature fashion on location. This cozy nook is called the Rockery at Bellingrath Gardens, and what you're seeing is a little waterfall which is part of an artesian well. It seems that Mrs. Bellingrath decided when this side of the hill began to wash out after heavy rains that it should be preserved and made in something very special, and that's what's happened right here. And it certainly adds to the decor of the garden, a very special little place with a background of a beautiful lake and all of the flowers and trees. It was Mrs. Bellingrath that thought of it. Our feature fashion today can go to that wedding or that very special occasion any season at all. The color is celery, one of those neutral colors that adapts to any season. And the neckline yearns for beautiful jewelry. It's fully lined, a special look in celery, and our fashion is courtesy of Holiday on Old Shell Road in Spring Hill. Well, it's spring again, and everybody loves to spend a lot of time outside, especially the children. However, due to allergies, sometimes that can be an unpleasant experience. The medical has just found that allergies do affect children's emotional health. Here's Lynn Thompson with more on that subject.
Chronic nasal allergies may play an important part in children's emotional well-being. In a new survey of allergic children ages 6 to 13, 70% of allergic children say they've been restricted from social and sports activities because of their nasal allergies, and nearly half reported social problems such as the inability to make friends.
When my allergies get really bad, I can't play with my dog, I can't play with my friends, I can't go outdoors, and I feel really left out.
When my daughter's allergies are bad, she doesn't even feel herself like going outside and playing. And as a mom, that upsets me to see her isolating herself in the house from her friends.
Key survey findings include 43% of allergic children report social problems, including teasing and avoidance by other kids. 43% say they're unable to spend time in their yards because of seasonal allergies. 29% say they're restricted from spending time with their friends. And 22% report that their nasal allergies make them feel left out.
This survey implies that untreated allergies may have an emotional impact on children. Therefore, we feel that it's important to try and prevent the symptoms before they occur. We now have an over-the-counter medication, children's nasal crom, which safely prevents allergies.
With an excellent safety profile, children's nasal crom actually prevents nasal allergies and is available over the counter. Millions of allergic children may find relief from their nasal allergies with this safe product. Unlike other over-the-counter children's allergy medications, it does not cause drowsiness or jitters, and there's no risk of dependency or rebound effects. It contains no steroids and has no known drug interactions, making it a good choice for children as young as 6 years of age. Now it comes equipped with a new child-friendly grip specifically designed to make it easier for children to spray. After all, kids today face many social and emotional challenges, but preventable allergies should not be one of them.
Bye, Mom, we're going outside.
This is Lynn Thompson.
Well, if you're in the market for home or office furniture, there's a brand new website on the internet. It's called Homepage, and it claims that it will make it easier and more fun to purchase. Here's more in this report.
Many people are taking advantage of two great ways to find office and home furniture and accessories. One, they check the ads to see what local stores are carrying. Two, they take a drive on the information superhighway. For people who want the convenience of buying furniture whenever they want, a new internet website features ideas for dining rooms, bedrooms, dens, living rooms, and home offices. Virtual shoppers can learn about hot trends and can sign up for a free newsletter. At the homepage called FurniturePoint.com, Mobile.com, consumers can browse through virtual designer showrooms with the help of a state-of-the-art search engine before making purchases. Room galleries feature sofas, lamps, and accessories. The company buys brand-name furniture and accessories directly from the manufacturers and shares information about products with shoppers. Shoppers can visit the new website at www.furniturepoint.com. It's like having your own interior design consultant on call 24 hours a day.
Welcome back. Well, you've been hearing about the expansion that's going on at your Mobile Museum of Art. It's going right along, and today we're going to get a report from its director, Joe Shank, who is on our set. He's going to talk about, in specifics, the Capital Campaign. Joe, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, Doc.
How is the Capital Campaign going? It started in January.
Started in January. It's going along quite well. As with all fundraising, you know, it takes time, as you well know. And when you're looking at a $15 million goal, it takes a good bit of time. So
that's a little bit of money, that's for sure. Okay, well, of course, the museum itself is owned by the city of Mobile, but but actually, how is it funded?
Well, the city, we are a city department, but we also are a 501c3 private nonprofit organization as well. So we're really a mixed breed cat, you would say. The city has been very generous. The mayor's been very supportive of this plan development. The city council's behind it. Of the $15 million, the city has committed $6 million to the project. So, you know, they're taking a leadership role and committing to the art museum and to fine arts in our community, and that's really great.
You know, I was just thinking, we were talking before camera about that whole area out in Langham Park is going to update, which is going to be fantastic.
That's right. There's been a master plan not only developed for the art museum, but also for Langham Park in totality. The new tennis center expansion is complete. The playhouse in the park is under construction. There are plans to move the botanical gardens a little closer to the museum, and then plans to develop a Japanese botanical garden. So we're really going to create a whole tourist environment in West Mobile and Langham Park.
Well, we know that corporations are very much into the campaign for capital. But what about the individual? You also would like for them to give if they want to.
Absolutely. This campaign is really for everybody. We want it. This is everybody's art museum, and we want everybody to be involved. Right now, we're sitting at about $8.4 million out of the 15 that we've raised.
Really?
So it's perking along, and any amount is welcome.
Well, and I understand you're going to acknowledge in some way some of the donations. How is that going to work out?
Well, we have certain spaces in the museum where people can, for a certain amount of money, you know, put their name on a space.
Nice.
You know, it can be John Smith's art classroom or Betty Sue's gallery, whatever. We have prices for different components of the building, and so we are anxious to have people who'd like to be remembered forever in the building to come forward in that manner. But we really welcome any size gift too.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a tip of the hat to them to say thank you, to acknowledge it by name. I think that's wonderful. Okay, now, we're going to put the telephone number up of the museum for you to get further information so you can give. Don't forget to give. We will see a lot of changes with this. Talk to me a little bit about some of them.
Absolutely. Well, the new building really fits down over the old buildings as it exists. We will save the 27,500 square feet that we already have, and this expansion will take us to 95,000 square feet. So it will really triple our museum. And it will allow us to get a lot of the artwork from our collection that's been in storage out on view. We have about 6,000 works, so that gives us that flexibility. We're having a big 13,000 square foot space for the blockbuster exhibitions, 2 new classrooms, an interactive gallery, an expanded gift shop, catering kitchen, a grand lobby overlooking the lake, which will be really exciting for us.
You sent me a sketch of the grand lobby. Ooh, it is beautiful.
And it'll be a good party space. We can have a seated dinner for 270 people or a stand-up reception for 800. So it'll be a good place for the people of Mobile, corporations, wedding parties, you know, entertaining of all sorts at the museum.
It has an elegance about it and a lot of space. It really does. Okay, well, I don't think many people realize that you do have classes and huge exhibitions, but you have been quite limited.
We have, and that's been one of our big problems, as well as the support space to do those kind of exhibitions, you know, crating and uncrating and climate control storage and that kind of thing. Those are all going to be improved in this expansion, too.
Well, we're thrilled about it, as everyone else is, and we'll be checking with you through the year and then maybe the next year if we're still doing it.
People can come out and see the drawings, and we have a model, and we have a video, so they can come out and really get a sneak preview.
Thank you very much. That's Joe Shank, your director. And don't forget, give to the Mobile Museum of Art. We'll see you later. Okay, we'll be back right after this. And we're in the kitchen now with our chef, who will be with us once a month from now on, Filippo Milone from The Pillars, the owner, operator, and maitre d'.
Chef cook and a bottle washer.
Right.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, goodness.
This is a very spring dish. I wrote to you in Italian. I don't know how you can say, but I'll tell you how it's called. It's called paglia e fieno.
If you say so.
Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm boiling this beautiful homemade fettuccine.
Yes, I had the pleasure of seeing you make that at one time.
Yes.
And it's just fascinating, yeah.
And here I have some skim
Is that a
milk.
cream sauce?
It's a skim milk sauce. It is no fatting at all up to this point, okay? It is quite an interesting dish, all right?
Okay.
I take the fettuccine. They've already been cooked for about 3 or 4 minutes. When they're fresh, they cook very quick. So what I will do, I'll take, even with a tiny bit of water, and I'll mix in the here. Now the skim milk and a little bit of flour to make this. It takes a tiny bit. Now, you can use a cream if you want. Depend the amount of color you want to have. Now, this particular dish, it come up to be done with, it's called prosciutto cotto, where translating in English, it is a cooked ham or boiled ham, okay? So, we put it on the side.
That's going to be colorful, too, isn't it?
It is very beautiful and colorful,
Yeah.
okay? This is done with skim milk, a drop of flour. Now we put the other ingredient, a little salt and pepper, of course. Now, this is the garden peas.
Oh, little tiny ones.
They're the garden peas.
Yeah.
This is the ham, okay?
Well, now you have that ham in kind of a
Like
sliver.
a julienne slice.
Yeah.
And the ham, it can be substituted for those people that cannot have ham or they cannot have a meat. You can red meat, I mean, or pork or whatever. And you can substitute it with chicken or turkey. Now, the color is absolutely pretty. At this point, put your salt and pepper.
Okay. Now what's
An
that?
abundance of basil. This is truly a spring dish. And, of course, you know, we warm a little bit. Everything is nice and warm. We had the time. And the real absolutely pretty can be done with the fresh pasta in a 5 minutes. And you have all the nutrition part. You've been one. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have vegetable, you have a spinach, one of the best things. You know, my eye doctor, what she told me, he says a spinach is the best thing for your eyes today considered. So anyway, so I guess, you know, and then of course, it is a finish the dish with a very pretty
Ooh, you're very generous with your cheese.
Grana Padano. Well, you can put as much you want.
Well, that's
you don't
great.
have to put all, and you can put more sauce if you want.
Yeah.
Now, after you put the cheese, you do not want to have lots on the fire. So remove it from the fire. Take your pretty dish.
Yeah, well, the cheese kind of holds it together, doesn't it? A little
Correct.
bit.
It should not be very sticky. Okay? And I want just to show the finished product. One of the beauty in here is
Beautiful.
it is absolutely pretty.
You got a little piece of ham burning there.
Yeah, we'll get that out.
Yeah.
Hey, voila, we have that.
Let's show the public the basil before you chopped it.
Well,
How
this
it
is
really
just
looks.
a decoration.
It's beautiful. It really is a beautiful herb.
This is a little bouquet I made for you. For our friendship is going for 25 a year.
Yeah, I know.
This is a garlic chives.
A long time we've known each other, yeah.
And you can put
Well,
one or two. Look what a pretty dish. This is a thyme in bloom. You can take some of it as flowers. And you put it in here.
Just decorate it up. Yeah. Well, you've always, for many years, grown your own herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know just what you have there. You
Yes,
don't have to.
I enjoy herbs, and they really make a little difference on flavor of food.
Yeah.
And today, you know, for those that don't have the patience or the willingness to grow their own herb, they can be purchased too.
Yeah.
Through what you call the purveyors. But you cannot beat the fresh ground. It's fresh. You're picking today, and you're cooking in the evening. It's perfect. And rosemary in this part of the world is growing perfectly. I have probably 50 plants of rosemary.
Well, the rosemary is almost like a little tree.
It is like a little tree.
Yeah,
in
it
fact,
is.
My wife at home, she has a rosemary trimmed like a tree. It's about 1.5 feet or 2 feet tall.
Really?
And it's like a pine. You know, and the bottom is probably, you know,
smells good.
like this. Very interesting.
Uh-huh. Do you use any particular herb more than others?
Well, it depends. Some dishes they may call for basil. Some dishes they may call for rosemary. Some dishes they may call for garlic. Garlic is becoming...
Yeah, but people rarely combine many herbs together in a dish, do they? They more or less use one?
In Chinese cooking, even in a classic Chinese cuisine, they use an abundance of garlic. They use fresh chives, like this one we used to say, where we grew in Mobile, in a pot, on the ground. Very beautiful. They come back every year. Then you use the dry one. It's an elephant garlic, very big. It has not much of a flavor, but is very huge, very big. The best one is the pink one, if you ever find. When I grew up in Sicily, we used probably the majority of the day.
Really?
It was pink. And then, of course, I never saw big garlic like this. Garlic was very small in miniature. Perhaps the soil was not as rich, but it's gorgeous.
Well,
we have it here.
you know, garlic to me is one of the most fantastic things you can have, because even if you don't really want to make it very garlicky, you can just barely touch it and it's still
Correct.
It's good.
Years ago, and I imagine you know, Dr. Ernesto Di Becchi says the two finest vegetables the other day, onion and the garlic. And truly today, medicine, I mean, I've been know this for 50 years, 40 years, and then, of course, watch, one time it was not really clear. Now is this clear. Some of it is beauty on food. They're very healthy. In fact,
you don't have a fork down there, do you?
Yes, I do,
Let me
madame.
taste this.
I have your fork.
I've been waiting for it to cool
and
off.
I have your knife. I mean,
knife?
The spoon.
Oh,
if you want a larger one, I have a large.
This is okay. Yeah, I knew it was too hot. Well, only an Italian knows how to handle fettuccine.
I want to show to you, this is quite interesting for children. The old way they've been one out to eat the pasta. So I always told, put one in there and turn around.
That's right. That's an Italian accomplishment.
And it is.
Oh, thank you, Filippo. We'll see you next month.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me.
After this. Here's an update from the medical profession. If you've ever suffered from mouth ulcers, you know they can be quite painful, but the good news is they tell us there's a brand new drug that makes them heal much more quickly. Here's reporter Stacy Kahn to tell you all about it.
Millions of people suffer from mouth ulcers, also known as canker sores. No one knows exactly what causes them, but experts believe being run down, stressed, or trauma to the mouth makes you more susceptible to them. Canker sores are not contagious, but they are common and they hurt.
Canker sores can be very painful. Even a small sore the size of the head of a pin can make speaking, chewing, swallowing, and everyday function very, very difficult.
Many people mistakenly think these sores in the mouth are an untreatable fact of life.
Of the people who suffer from canker sores, approximately 15% evolve into a more difficult variety known as recurrent after stomatitis, or RAS. Those episodes of RAS can be as frequent as once per month.
There's a prescription medicine called Apthosol that speeds up the healing of canker sores, which results in pain relief. Apthosol is a paste you apply to the sore 4 times a day. 1 to 2% of patients may experience transient pain, stinging, and/or burning at the site of application.
If you develop a sore in your mouth that lasts for 7 days or more, or tends to occur in the same place, time after time, it should be evaluated by a healthcare professional and treated properly.
It's important to get a proper diagnosis before you use any medication. If you think you may suffer from canker sores and want help, see your dentist or physician. This is Stacy Kahn.
And that does it for this week for us. Thank you so much for being there, and we hope you'll be there next week. And until we see you then, I hope you stay happy.